So starting off with why speed is important. This is what Google looks at. So they look at many factors when they're looking at ranking sites, including words of your query, relevance, and all importantly the usability of your pages. And it's a fact that since July 2018, so going back 2 years now, speed update bots have had a vendetta against slow sites. Right, so there's irrefutable evidence that slow sites are going to harm your SEO, that is both your AdWords and your natural search ranking results. In terms of how important site speed is, there's numerous data points on this that all give a consistent answer. But in summary, you could expect a 1 second improvement on your load time to lead to 11% more page views, 16% increase in customer satisfaction, and 7% gain in site conversions. And this is super important. Essentially, what we're seeing is that site performance is becoming either a competitive advantage if you have it, or a competitive disadvantage if you don't. Right, so it requires focus and it requires discipline. It's not just an afterthought or something that you check, when you think about it, or once or twice a year. Give you some more specific examples of this. So the BBC, the national broadcaster in the UK, lost 10% of their users per second of load time. That's their stats. Amazon have estimated that they've increased their conversions by 7% per second with reduced load time, and mobile conversions are reduced by 20% per second according to Google. Right, so here there's some of the data points on this just to kind of back that up. Another aspect to think about in this mix as well is that internet expectations are changing all the time. So WP Engine, every year we release research on what different generations expect from their digital experiences, and we work with an organization known as the Center for Generational Kinetics in order to help us study that from year to year across Gen Z, across millennials, across Gen X, and across baby boomers. And what these surveys and this research shows irrefutably is that the younger generations who are becoming the biggest consumers over the next 5 or 10 years have the least tolerance for slow sites and the highest dependency on their digital experiences. So some data points around this: 55% of them can't last more than 5 hours without the internet, but 49% of millennials can't last more than 5 hours, but 22% of baby boomers can go a week or more. Right, so you've got these big differences, but the emerging consumer from these younger Gen Z generation is demanding an always-on digital experience and a very high level of immediacy. So they have expectations that the content they want is going to be available to them there and then. The average attention span for Gen Z is only 7 seconds versus 12 seconds for millennials, right? So these attention spans are dropping. If you're not there, if you're not serving them with the content they want when you want it, they're going to switch and they're going to find that content or that service somewhere else. Some more insights that came out of this study. So, 68% of Gen Z also believes that websites will know what you're looking for before you tell them. 50% of them will stop visiting a website if it doesn't anticipate what they need, liked, or wanted, and 60% believe that websites will become more human. So why is this important to site performance, you might ask? Well, what this talks to is that digital experiences are becoming more personalized. They're going to become more dynamic. So instead of having one website that serves 1 million people, you're going to have 1 million websites, each one of them customized and personalized to the user that's accessing that site. And that places a huge amount of computational intensity on the site, which puts pressure on performance. It's the more you do with this site, the more dynamic it is, the more it slows down. So you've got these, forces going in different directions of higher expectations for quick, immediate access to content, but the type of experience that they want to consume are so much more dynamic and interactive that it's harder and harder to get that content and to generate that experience for them quickly. Another data point on this, so every generation apart from Gen Z views the internet primarily as being a tool for accessing information. Gen Z views it as a tool for entertainment. So, fundamentally, the way that they view the internet and its prime purpose is different to previous generations. So again, as digital, people in the digital space and as marketers, we need to start thinking about how we rethink our digital experiences and our websites to be entertaining, how we incorporate more video content, again, how we make them more interactive, more fun, more dynamic. So again, another data point showing the challenges that we have in both meeting the expectations for performance as well as the expectations for functionality in the future. Finally, on top of all this, we have the impacts of COVID-19, of course. And, the outbreak over the last 3 months and the, lockdown orders have seen a massive increase in internet traffic and consumption globally, around 30% on average, and have really accelerated digital transformation initiatives. We've seen this at WP Engine with the number of new projects that are coming to us for companies looking to either get online for the first time, or if they were online, turn brochureware sites into e-commerce sites or membership sites, and to deliver more enriched experiences to their users. So what took maybe 10 or 20 years to evolve before has probably been matched by what's happened in the last 3 months. So, the bottom line, the takeaway from this is, this is kind of a wake-up call, right? We need to accelerate reimagining our businesses in a more digital way, and we need to put performance at the heart of that to ensure that we remain competitive against the people that we're out there trying to win customers against.